So Sarah, let's talk about sleep. How many hours of sleep do you usually get every night?
Usually at least 8. Depends on how late I stay up, but usually about 8 hours I try to get every night.
And you're pretty consistent. Like even on the weekends, you get 8 hours.
Yes, even on the weekends. Sleep is very important for me to feel normal and energetic.
Now, do you need an alarm clock to wake you up, or do you just wake up naturally every day?
I definitely have to have an alarm clock. Even though I wake up very easily, I don't wake up at a routine time easily. So I usually set 2 alarms, and that'll usually get me up.
Oh, wow. I actually have this kind of weird mental ability. I thought that everybody could do this, but I found out it's not the case. But I can wake up exactly at the minute I want, anytime. So like if I have to get up at 5:43, before I go to bed, I can say, okay, get up at 5:43, and I'll wake up at 5:43 exactly. I don't
That's
know how,
amazing.
yeah, I don't know how, I guess your brain just can keep time. When I tell people this, sometimes they think, oh, come on, that's not true. But really, ever since I was a kid, I could just tell myself what time I want to wake up, and I'll wake up exactly at that time.
That's really quite amazing. I wish it was that way for me, but it's not.
Yeah, well, it's weird because I don't use alarm clocks, and I can't, like an alarm clock. The idea actually, I can't have a deep sleep if I know that it's going to ring and wake me up, like it's going to jolt. To me, an alarm clock is like somebody throwing cold water on you. You know, so I don't use alarm clocks at all.
Yeah, I'm always paranoid about being late, so that's why I set 2, just in case like one doesn't go off. But I can sleep any time of the day. Like it really doesn't matter what type of day. It's very easy for me to fall asleep for as long as whenever. So that's why I have to have an alarm clock, because I could sleep 12 or 14 hours and not wake up.
Wow, that's like you do like sleep.
Yeah.
So do you take naps?
No, because then I feel really like groggy and really like irritable if I take naps for only, because I just want to sleep longer than that amount of time. So I don't take naps.
Like, can you sleep with the light on?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't. Actually, that's probably why I always wake up so early. As soon as the light comes through the window, I wake up. I can't sleep if it's not dark.
I can sleep in any situation. Light, noise, sitting up, doesn't matter. I can sleep.
Oh, wow. So you're a deep sleeper.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Like just a little bit of noise or a little bit of light, and I can't sleep. Wow. And actually, I probably only get on average 6 hours a night, but I do sometimes take naps.
Okay. How long do you usually nap for?
Usually an hour. I found out if I go over an hour, then that's the danger zone, because then if you sleep like 2 or 3 hours, then you wake up and you're just groggy for the whole day. Like you can't. It's like you've been drugged, you know? So, yeah, at 45-minute nap's about it.
Yeah. When you were a child, did your parents make you take naps?
They did, and oddly enough, when I was a kid, though, I couldn't sleep. Like, you know, you would cry, I don't want to take a nap, you know, and then you'd be like, you'd conk out. But yeah, I do remember. Do you remember having to take naps in school?
I didn't go to school, actually. I was homeschooled.
Oh,
So
really?
I remember taking naps when I was really little, but beyond that and like school age, I never had to.
Huh. Anyway, all this talk's making me.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Today we're talking about do-overs. So, if you had a time machine and you could go back to your college years, is there anything that you might change or do differently?
I really wish that I would have had a chance to study abroad. I chose the wrong major initially. I was a nursing major for 2 years and worked really hard at a major I was really bad at. And then after 2 years, I switched schools and switched majors. And because of that, I had so many credits to take that I couldn't study abroad or do really any extra classes that were fun.
That must have been challenging. Where would you have liked to study abroad?
Really anywhere. I've always loved to travel, so I would have been open to going anywhere.
So, you said you studied nursing. What what would you have studied otherwise?
Well, I first went into nursing because everyone, since I was really little, told me that I would be a good nurse. So I thought it was my calling in life. And then, after taking lots and lots of science classes, which I'm really bad at, I decided to switch majors to education. And then I ended up liking that major, so I'm really happy that I switched.
Is there any other major that you would find interesting that you might study if you went back, or you're satisfied with education?
I'm glad I did education because I really like that work-wise, but if I had to go with things that I'm interested in, I probably would have been some sort of art major. Both my siblings are artists, so it kind of runs in the family a little bit.
What kind of art do you like?
Mainly dance, but I also was really into music growing up, so musical instruments and singing.
So, do you have any friends that were interested in art or dance that you had in those times?
Not really, no, actually.
Do you wish that if you were in a group of people that liked the similar things, that you might have pursued different interests?
Definitely. I wish I would have done more with dance. I was a ballerina for 12 years, and I gave up on that when I was 14 because I got to the level where I either had to train professionally to do that for a job or stay in a class where the younger girls would keep moving up. And so at that time I quit, and although I don't wish I was still doing ballet, I wish I would have continued some kind of dance.
So, Sarah, any funny haircuts or anything like that?
Actually, yes. 1 week before I moved away to college, I cut my hair boy short. And then after that, like during my first semester, I dyed it all different shades of red. And my hair's actually been pretty much every length and every natural-ish color.
Wow. How did your friends and family respond to your red hair?
My mom didn't like it so much. She thought I was going to dye it like a natural red color, but it was more of a fuchsia red color. So she didn't like it very much. But my friends and like my siblings understood because I've always been very different and didn't really care what other people thought about how I looked.
How long did you like it?
For a while, until I wanted change. I love change, so I'd always switch it to something else.
Wow, that's great. Thanks, Sarah.
So Adam, today we're talking about do-overs. So what is something that you wish you would have done over? For example, maybe something in your university life?
Yeah, there are a few things. I might change my major. I studied education, and while I enjoy what I'm doing right now, I my free time, I really like watching movies about science and astronomy. And if I would go back to school and start my studies over, I'd probably study something along those lines, astronomy and metaphysics or something. I think that those topics are really interesting and on the cutting edge of science, and just fascinating to explore.
Interesting. Anything else you wish you would have done?
I might have been more involved in the sports clubs at my school. For example, the American football team. I played in high school, but in college I wanted to play, but I didn't have the motivation to push me over the edge to actually go out and really put my heart into it. I went to one training day and kind of tried out, but I didn't really pursue it as much as I would have liked. I think it would have been fun to be part of that culture and that environment.
How about something that you did do that maybe now you wish you hadn't?
Um, I pierced my ears in high school, 'cause that was the cool thing to do. But now I don't wear earrings, and uh, yeah, looking back on it, kind of just a silly thing to do. That trying to follow the trends that trends usually pass. So um, yeah, that would be something that I wouldn't do again.
Anything else you would have changed?
I might have made different decisions about my girlfriends at the time. Um, I had a really good girlfriend in the beginning of college, and things didn't work out because of a variety of reasons. But I think if we would have worked on it, we could have made it happen, and so yeah, that's something I think about sometimes about life in college. It's always, college love is kind of crazy thing. So yeah, we're too much like kids, I guess. I think at that age.
Okay, thanks, Adam.
So, thanks for telling me about the ballet and all that kind of stuff, but I'm really more into sports and things like that. Do you know of any other things you can do in New York?
Oh, absolutely. There are a lot of events for sports enthusiasts in New York. We've got basketball. The Knicks play. They're an NBA team. We've got baseball. The Yankees and the Mets play. And there's a feud. Yankees fans hate Mets fans, and Mets fans hate Yankees fans.
Right, they have two baseball teams.
That's right.
Wow.
Exciting. We even have a Subway Series. Well, it used to be a Subway Series because the teams would play at different stadiums. So they'd go to different stadiums for about a week or so, and the fans would just switch back and forth from one stadium to the other. But I think they recently built one stadium for both teams.
Oh. Do you think one team is more popular than the other?
I think probably the Yankees, unfortunately.
Oh, the Yankees?
Yeah, my family was a Mets fan, and don't tell anyone else in my family that I said that.
Oh, so I guess they don't get along with each other?
Oh, not at all.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm from Canada. I really like hockey. I know you guys have the Rangers.
Yeah, we do have the Rangers. They play at Madison Square Garden, so you could easily buy tickets to see a game there. That's the same place where the Knicks play, so.
Oh, they both play at the same place?
Yes, they do.
Oh, maybe I could go to a basketball and a hockey game.
You probably could if you stayed long enough. I think they have different seasons, right?
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Madison Square Garden's pretty big, though, so maybe there's more than one arena. I'm not sure. I've only been there 2 or 3 times in my life.
Oh, okay.
Well, we also have the U.S. Open, if you like tennis.
Right.
Yeah, that's held in Queens, not on Manhattan.
Oh, okay. And what about the there's U.S. Tennis Open, but there's also the U.S. Golf Open. Is that in New York
In
as
New
well?
York? I don't think is it?
I'm not sure.
I don't think the U.S. Open for golf is in New York. No, I don't think that's New York. Yeah. No.
Oh, okay. Have you seen the tennis before?
Yes, I have. I saw Serena Williams
Oh,
play.
she's great.
She is, yeah, powerful woman.
Yeah, I'd like to see her play.
Yeah.
Hey, Antoinette, why don't you tell me about growing up in New York?
New York? Warren, why do you want to know about that? Well, growing up in New York was lots of fun. I loved growing up in New York. I couldn't imagine growing up anywhere else.
Really?
Yeah, really. The fun things I did, well, lots of movies to go see, but I guess you can see movies anywhere in the U.S., anywhere in the world for that matter. I enjoyed being able to go to Lincoln Center for concerts or Carnegie Hall and even play in Carnegie Hall. So I did play in Carnegie Hall.
Wow. Wow, that's exciting.
Have you ever been to New York?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, I've been there twice.
Oh, okay. What did you do when you were there?
The first time I was with my mother. I was 12 years old. And we went to Central Park,
Mm.
and we saw some museums around Central Park.
You didn't go into the museums?
Yes, we did go into the
Oh,
museums.
okay. Yeah. That's my park, Central Park. How did you find my park? Did you like my park?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I was surprised how big it was.
It is a big park. That's what I like about it. You can get lost in the park and almost forget that you're in a city.
Yeah, that's what I found really neat about it, is sometimes I felt like I was in the countryside, but then I would see large buildings.
Yes, yeah. I enjoy that too. Did you know that you could ride horses in the park?
No, I didn't.
Did you know about the skating rink in the park?
Yes, I've seen the skating rink on TV.
Oh, okay. What time of year did you go? What season was
I've been there in summer and in fall,
it? Okay.
but not winter.
It's beautiful in any season, I think. I love Central Park.
Yeah, me too. It was a memorable experience.
I'm glad to hear that. What other places did you go to?
Well, when I was older, I went with my friend, and we went on top of the Empire State Building.
Okay. I'm not sure if they allow you to go up there now.
That was around 2004,
Okay.
and we went.
Were you able to look over the edge?
I don't know if I was looking over the edge. I think it's inside,
Okay.
but you're at the top.
Okay, so yeah, things have changed a bit since I was a little girl.
Oh, did it used to be outside that you
could
could
go outside. There were those binoculars, or I don't know what they're called, but you put a little change in.
Right,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
could see.
Yeah, they
the
had
scenery.
those
Okay.
as well, yeah. Yeah, we could see Central Park,
Okay.
and you could even see the Statue of Liberty from there.
Oh, wow. I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I never got to go. Both times I went to New York, we
Yes.
wanted to go to the Statue of Liberty, but we didn't have enough time.
Oh, well, you should plan another trip.
I'd like to, yeah. Sounds great.